Joining me now, the RNC Communications Director, Sean Spicer. Sean, thank you. Welcome back to the show. Good friend of the show. So, yeah, we saw your comments this morning out of the RNC. We looked at this last week, and we brought it out on the show, and we said this looks really bad. And then there was pushback from the Obama administration saying, yes, but this goes on all the time. We shouldn't be expected to know this was going to happen in advance. Should the White House have known that Solyndra was on shakier ground than it actually was, than they actually were told it was on?
Yes. Yes, it should have. Eric, today we put a 15-page document that's available on our website called the Solyndra File: Corruption at the Heart of the Failed Obama Economic Strategy, that details the 20 visits that Solyndra officials had in the White House, that details the energy officials that met with Solyndra, and then also details all of the contributions, the political contributions that was made by people on or affiliated with Solyndra that went to the Obama re-elect and or the Democratic National Committee. So to the heart of your question, that many meetings, that many contributions, that kind of involvement, yes, they should have known.
Hey, Sean,
especially if you're going to wave around a piece of paper that says this is the model of success.
Right, Sean, and let's take it a little bit deeper. I mean, you call it corruption. Let me ask you, I have to ask you this. There's a gentleman by the name of George Kaiser. He has a foundation, a billionaire, happened to be one of Mr. Obama's chief fundraiser. He's a bundler back in 2008, made frequent visits to the White House. Is there any tie between Mr. Kaiser and that $535 million loan to Solyndra? Because apparently Kaiser Foundation, or one of the companies owned or at least associated with Kaiser, one of them had a big investment in Solyndra. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, it was a venture capital firm that had that was backing a lot of the Kaiser loans. So you're absolutely correct. I mean, I think the heart of what you're asking, Eric, is spot on. And for the quote-unquote most transparent administration in history, that's what we're getting at, which is details need to be known. Before the Obama administration embarks on asking the American people to finance Stimulus 2.0, we need to know what happened with companies like Solyndra on Stimulus 1.0. Where'd the money go? How did they not know? What were the involvement of people like Mr. Kaiser? What were they doing during those 20 meetings? What were energy officials doing involved in Solyndra in terms of their board of directors meetings, et cetera? But you're asking the right question. And what we're doing is saying, okay, if you are truly the most transparent administration in history, release the logs, release the meeting notes, tell us what happened, what involvement did you have? But those are all facts. This is a $500 million that is just out the door, gone now. 1,100 people have lost their jobs, and this is, quote, the model of success.
Look, Sean, I have to clarify because, I mean, I'm going to get, torn apart in the media if I don't clarify this. I'm not accusing. I'm simply asking the question, is there a tie? If there is, we'd like to know, at least, certainly I think the public should know what the tie is. Also, it is very important to note, Sean, they lost $535 million in about a year's time. I mean, that's burning through cash like crazy. That alone should raise a red flag to anyone doing any investigation. If they had this kind of burn rate on capital going in, shouldn't the White House have known that they would have that burn rate going forward as well? And maybe it wasn't such a great investment from the beginning.
Yeah, all fair questions, and I agree with you. These are just questions, but they're questions that deserve to be answered before we embark on spending a lot more of taxpayer money. No one's necessary. What we need to know is what did happen. Where did the money go? How was it spent? How did no one see this? So I'm with you on the fact that no one's saying that there is a direct quid pro quo at this point, but I think that what we do need to know is say, okay, it is fair enough that if you're going to have that kind of a burn rate with that much money, that serious questions have to be asked and answers need to be given.
Right. Okay, Sean, we're going to have to leave it there. Appreciate your time, my friend.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, bring it out.